Hi folks, so we're back on the B25. We're going to build up the primary side, clutch, primary drive chain, see if we need to shim out for the sprocket. But I've just had to do a few remedial repairs to this. The basket was absolutely shot. I've never seen one so bad. The chain was on full adjust. The chain was so worn it can nearly go round sideways, never mind that way. And it actually cut through the bottom of the casing, cut through the hollow dowel and started to machine its way through the stud. Also similar on the primary drive cover, so I had to build all these up with weld, re-drill and tap, etc. Re-drill for the dowel, but also it's obviously been up the road on its side at some point, and the brake pedal had dinted that in but also split it, so I've knocked it back to shape. I've re-welded the crack and it has bled. I've got to clean it up, obviously. It's bled through, so I have sealed the crack. It just wants cleaning up now. And I have tried the casing with the dowel alignment, so she does fit on the dowels, so happy with that. And obviously I've recut the threads, etc. So all good up to there. Oh yeah, I was just looking through. I've never seen one of these in real life. This is the genuine BSA tool bag. I've seen them in the parts book listed, but yeah, it was in the box of junk that came with a bike. So yeah, that's interesting. Never seen one in real life before. Yes, so the other thing, obviously the basket's gone, the chain's gone obviously, but also the clutch hub. On these C15s and the early B25s, even when they were good, there was quite a lot of wobble in there, because there's not a very big surface area of contact for this face. So this is another chain wheel I've got, and I did actually have another clutch hub. This is off a B50, and I think the later B25s must be the same, but they're a lot bigger, so you got a bigger surface area of contact, but they also have a thrust washer shim on there, so you know, absolutely fantastic. So this should be spot on when it goes back with all this B50 stuff on it, or later B25 stuff on it, and all that lot is scrap. Also, even though quite a lot of meat left on the friction plates, they were absolutely, never seen one so bad, absolutely worn away. You know, big grooves sat in the direction of drive. So lucky to find a few bits of stuff I had left over from other jobs. So this is the one we're going to be fitting. Also got some new rollers, wherever I put them. New set of 25 rollers for the hub. So if I just switch you off now, because you don't want to watch me putting 25 rollers in here, we'll build this up and then we'll crack on. So see you in a sec. Okay, so the 25 rollers are fitted. Also, this is a spare one already built up, but the cush drive, this has got new push drive rubbers in. I built this up some time ago, the Smarty type push drive rubbers, and this one is quite good on the back because they do wear on this back face as well, and obviously that's important to try and get rid of this end float. So this is going on, the rollers are in, and we're in. Obviously I've fitted this new seal, felt washer, and I've put the Woodruff key in, so we can just slide this on now. Hopefully it's all going to stay together and the rollers don't drop out. So Woodruff key to the top, and we're on, and the washer and the stepped nut. I'm not going to put the lock tab in just yet, in case it's got to come off again for whatever reason. Like I shouldn't have really built this up, should I? But I did do. I'm going to take a second to take it off. So I'm just going to spin that up, and we're just going to cheat and use the rattle gun. Shouldn't really be using these sockets on here, should I? But I'm not going mad tightening it up. She ain't going anywhere. Okay, let's have a look at that. Oh, nice. Oh wow, there's nothing in that. I like it. Oh, happy with that. So I've got to take this off now, haven't I? So we just, because all this is not originally off this engine, there's a good chance we're not going to have good alignment between the two sprockets. So we need to check that. So we'll just spin this off so we can get a ruler in there. Because I Loctited that on, didn't I? Of course. Right, so straight edge, and we're obviously going between there and there. I'm sure there's a fair old gap there. Fair old gap there. So I normally use a couple of these neodymium magnets, and if you put them on the low portion, not where the machined area is, it holds the straight edge in, but it holds it higher so you're not into the radius or the relief where the sprocket is, and you can make sure that it's hard up level on there. And I've got a fair old gap there, so I need to shim that out. various thicknesses of crank shims, feeler gauges. So I know it's more than 10. That's 10. Let's start off at 25. Okay, let's go 12. Slides through, so let's go 12 and 6 would be 18. Okay, still slides through. What about another 8? 12 and 10? 22? So we're just touching at 22. All these are. We're in metric, unfortunately. So that's 27. Sorry, 0.27 of it. And that's the same. What's that in metric, in imperial? So we had 22,009, 0.22 thou, and they were 0.022 decimal, isn't it? And they were 0.27. So if we said 0.27 divided by 25.4, so they're actually 11,000, would be 10,000. They'd be 10,000 really then. So if I put 2 of those in, that's 22 thou. Sorry, that's 20 thou, and I want 0.22. So I'm 2 thou off. So 2 of them, yeah. Those 2 are going to do it. Yeah. Turn this thing off. Save the battery. So what? We can go back. So happy with that. Woodruff key still in there. motor. So I've got to get that off now. So this is just a bit of 8mm black bar. Obviously it's been done many jobs, different things, and these are just quarter BSF, so that should drag off, because this is what I used to pull it off when I originally stripped the engine down. Right, too far apart. That's got to be the middle two. Middle two. Better. Okay, see how she comes. That shouldn't be too bad actually. She's away. Come on, baby. Nice. The other thing that I probably shouldn't have done was put the spacer in, because the shims go behind the spacer, because these go in with the taper facing outwards, so that you get the seal in contact 100% with the flat face. And now I've got to get that out, and struggled with this stuff in the past, so let's try with the neodymium magnets. These are the high strength ones. So we've got a chance if I can get it in the right place without trapping my fingers. Pairs of pliers. Come on, baby. You know you can. So that's how you get that out, with magnets. Powerful ones, to say the least. So our shims are going in. Then our spacer with the taper facing outwards. Then our sprocket, which I'll obviously have to tap on, copper face, and use the brass drift. Dunk, we've landed. So we need a bit of tubing, because I can't fit that, can I? Because I'm not going to be able to check it. Shift a bit of stuff. Just rattle that up. Down. Okay, back to make sure we've got our whoa, and it's just rubbing. Oh, nice! I'm happy with that. We can live with that for sure. Magnets off. So we want these off. Because the only way I know there's a split pin on the chain, but you can't. I've done it, managed to do it once. Fit a new chain in situ without putting both on and off together, but it just wasn't worth the hassle. So just have to make sure it doesn't fall apart while I do it. So that should, won't come off without the pull, will it? Here's our trusty hub puller. Wash it out first, obviously. So we're on 7/8. 3/4. these away. So just to be careful this doesn't separate and the rollers fall out. This thing's got to come off again, obviously.
Merci.
Coffee time. Yay. This off, wasn't it? Okay, 3/4. She's going. Chain. So bought a new chain, obviously, and it is a Reynolds. I don't know whether Reynolds still manufacture chains in the UK or everything is in China, I don't know. But even though there is a split link in it, it's really difficult to try and fit these all in together when the sprockets are on it. This is by far the best way to do it. And if you've made your bits and pieces for pulling them off, then pulling the gears off, then you may as well. So direction of rotation. So the hoop of the split link is going to be in that direction. So if I put my key to the top, don't need to bother with a key on this thing. So if I can get this just started. Started there, keys started, so if I just keep a bit of weight on that while I just tap that in, keep my hand on here in case everything jumps apart. Yes, that's going to go, so we need a drift and a few more horsepowers, a bit heavier hammer. Excuse me. Excuse me. In fact, let's just sit this on in case it decides to jump off. So I've had that a few times. Zone change. The Eagle has landed. Woodruff key. Rotor, not bad magnets on that. No lock tabs on these. This is only while we're doing the dry build. So let's just sneak those in. So we're all up. Nice. I can live with that. And that's before we put the adjuster on. It's probably about the right tension anyway. So yeah. So let's just make a start with the clutch. So I'm gonna go for, if it'll fit in, 5, not 4. Obviously the more you can put in there the better, so we're just going to give it a try. So I generally just rough these up a little bit, just helps them to bed in. I know they're not brand new, these aren't brand new, but there's plenty of meat on them and the tangs are good, so it's all good. So, flat plate, friction plate, flat plate, friction plate, flat plate. In fact, that one I'll put last. Flat plate, friction plate, flat plate. It's going to fit, going to get the 5, which is nice. And that one, and yes, it's going to go. So springs look good, so I was happy with those. It's the awkward bit, just getting these started. What I have is made one of these. So this is just a bit of, would have been nice in aluminium, it's a bit heavy, just a bit of mild steel bar, and I've just machined the centre down a little bit, and not on these but on the later ones, you had loads of issues over the years of these coming unscrewed, chewing through the casing, etc. And they put a little pip on the bottom of them and a little pip on the outside, so they snag when they try to unscrew. These don't have them, but it does fit still in my universal thing for pushing it all together. So I'm just going to have to spin it, because I need to put a couple of horsepowers on this to get it started. So these fit in quite nicely, so it's a case of offering it in and hopefully pick up a thread. Yeah, opposite, offer it in, pick up a thread. Yeah, lucky, offer it in, pick up a thread. Yes, offer it in, pick up a thread. Yes. So it won't spin them in because they've not got the little tab on them, but and obviously nice and round on the back, so it's not digging into your hand if you're making one. But yeah, takes the pain out of it. Big boy. So I'm just going to take these in, probably. So I've got about 1.5 coils sticking out. And the heater's throttling down, we're up to temperature, 19 degrees. Happy with that as well. Need to buy some more red diesel though, on the list. Okay, I'm going for 1.5 coils exposed. But obviously when you've got the motor in and you've got the clutch cable connected, you need to operate it to make sure that it's lifting off evenly, you know, not lifting off on one side, and you just fine tune it when it's in the bike before you put the cover on. So we've built up the primary drive side, no traumas thankfully. Obviously I've got the tabs to fit, I've got the adjuster to fit, and the rotor. Got to do a bit of work on the rotor. I want to put a new cable on it, but that's another time. So the engine really is ready to drop in the frame when the frame's done. So I won't be doing much videoing for the frame because it's pretty boring. Might do something for the forks, but I'm going to be grip blasting the frame back to bare metal because there's a couple of welding repairs I want to do on it, and before we put it in primer and put the engine in. So hope you got a bit of mileage out of this. I'll tell you what we might do, which I could do before we put the engine back in another session. I have got a Wassel CDI unit for this. I've also got the points, but we might just do one on setting up the ignition timing, different methods of with the points, and then we'll fit the Wassel unit as well afterwards, and we'll just time up. I'll get the basic settings for the Wassel because you can only fine tune the electronic ignition with a strobe light. So that'll do for today. So thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of it, and we'll catch you on the next one.